Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining week 2 of my Los Angeles Chargers franchise in Madden 21. If you joined us last week, you saw the game for the Cincinnati Bengals, the opening game of week 1. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen last week's video, go ahead and cover your ears or mute it real quick. But last week, the fourth quarter, Joe Burrow, the rookie sensation for the Cincinnati Bengals, was injured. I don't think his injury was long-lasting. He didn't come back for the rest of the game, but we looked in the medical center over here, and we didn't see anything about it, so I don't think it was too bad. I also put it back on Old Madden because it was way too easy for me. So we will be playing week 2 against the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just gonna sim through the training real quick. Alright. Jump right into the game. Yeah, so we're still gonna try the. I got some upgrades to do. We're still trying the. Remember, I'm not doing anybody under 75 for the start of this franchise, but we are still trying the experiment of what's his name? Justin Herbert. Completely pulled a blank on him. We're trying the Herbert experiment. I'm still kind of on the fence of putting Tyrod Taylor in, but we'll see what happens. So let's get right into it. We don't get to scout yet. I believe that's next week is when the scouting starts. So come back next week for that. I'll jump right into the game. Just check out some uniforms, see what we can throw on here. Let's go with the color rush. All right. Yeah, so I'm filming this on Sunday, which would be yesterday, when the video dropped, August 30th. Today, on Twitter at least, I think it came out today that EA and the NFL have extended the license until 2026. Hold on. Oh, this is the new stadium for the Chargers and Rams. Herbert. I do like the presentation in this game. I mean, it's similar to last year's. What are you going to do? But it is a little bit more theatrical for sure. So yeah, speaking of being the same as last year.
Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Super Bowl champion. Speaking of the same as last year. So yeah, so the NFL and EA have extended the license until 2026. And on Twitter at least, there was a trending hashtag to drop EA, for the NFL to drop EA. People are just tired of Madden putting out cookie cutter game. I don't know if this year they just waited and put all their efforts into the next gen version. I'm not sure. If they did, it probably wouldn't be free like it is. But that's something we'll have to wait and see until the end of the year. But go ahead and leave a comment discussing what you guys think should happen to the license. Should it stay with EA? Have you guys been happy with Madden? Should it be dropped? Should it be completely open for anybody to use? What about 2K? Everyone always talks about 2K. 2K5 is still, in my opinion, the greatest football game ever made for at least the NFL level. Still want to see what they're going to be putting out because they are releasing a football game. It's just not going to be this. So yeah, leave a comment, guys, and well, that's a flag. Leave a comment and let me know what you guys think. What should happen to the NFL license? Yeah, we're going to accept that. I think EA has done a good job in the past. I don't think they've done a good job this generation, and especially within the last 2 games. The more I've played it, last week I was all up on it, right? If you watched the last video, I was talking about the running game, which the running game has been a little bit better than last year. There's definitely improvements, but it's still janky as hell. I mean, you can just Google some glitches that you've seen. I saw some guy doing a stumble run for about 15 yards to the touchdown. It's just, you know, the same old silly janky Madden. Oh, he's gone. But we got a hold. Oh, come on. Unbelievable. Block in the back or a hold. Let's see.
On the board just yet.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I don't think they've done a good job with the last 2. No, I'll say that. I mean, I like EA. I love Madden. I've bought every Madden since like Sega Genesis days. Showing my age, but I remember playing that with my dad. I was like a kid. Madden 95 or whatever. Dude, Herbert's got some wheels on him. But, you know, you look back at the Maddens that were competing with, like, the 2K5. You look at what they put in there, right? So, I mean, we used to have, like, a... Oh, didn't even see him come out of there. Look at the Maddens back in like 05, 06, even 04. You know, you had a way more fleshed out franchise system, way more fleshed out My Career, right? So I've been playing the My Career. I was thinking about doing a video series on it, but I'm not going to. Oh, thanks. Nice throw, Herbert.
He was fortunate
at least not right now.
Able to recover that fumble.
But you go back to those Maddens, and you had Madden character creation where you pick your parents. Like some of you guys will remember this. You pick your parents, like what job they had. It dictates your stats. So if like, oh, come on. You know, if they were track runners, your speed's going to be higher. Some of them could be, you know, ex-football players and stuff like that. And then they had IQs too, and their IQs would dictate some of your stats. That was a terrible kick. And then you would have, you know, the ability to go to a barbershop. They had like a whole town map you could go to. You can go to the barbershop, get your hair cut, go to the practice field. You know, you had movie deals where you would make decisions and like, oh, am I going to film this movie or am I going to focus on my game? Oh, I got a commercial deal, stuff like that. Like things that you see even more fleshed out now in the 2K NBA series. And Madden was doing that back then because they had the competition. What is happening right now? I think someone got hurt, but it's not really showing who or what. So anyway, you had Madden, you know, needing to compete with people, but now they've kind of become complacent. They're not trying to set that bar anymore. They've get out of here. Get out of here. Let's get him with the swagger dance. Hit him with the swagger. You have Madden just not really. EA and Madden just not caring. I mean, of course they care, right? They want to put a product out. I work in the industry. I know how it is to put out a game. I know that a lot of people put their, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into it, their heart and soul. But when you're putting out these games, it's like your core base, the most hardcore of your fans, are unhappy with it. You have to change it up. Right? That's what they did sort of with the franchise mode this year. They put out that franchise overview, and there was nothing in it. There was nothing new. You know, nobody wanted to pay the same price for a game they already own just to add a 1 to the number.
5-yard line.
Some of the most
And so what they did
unselfish
was
players
they
on any
added
football
some
team
more stuff, right? They went back to the
defensive
drawing board and
tackles, because we
added
asked
some
them to
more
just
into
eat
it.
up blocks,
Was it
allow
enough?
other
No,
people
not
to
in my
make
opinion.
tackles. But when he can make
But
a play
it showed.
himself,
Oh,
as we just saw there,
took the
that's
field
a
goal.
big down.
I tried to pump fake right there, but I completely whiffed it.
Has to be a little bit of frustration
But we
there.
saw that they were willing to
Back-to-back
make an effort. And if they're
incompletions,
willing to make an
receiver
effort,
blanketed
then
on
make an
both
effort,
attempts,
you know?
This time on third down.
I think there needs to be competition. Without competition, you just get kind of, not stale, but, you know, you don't really need to put as much effort in because you know the sales are going to come. And we're still talking about, what, like 6-7 million player base or something like that? Year after year? And then you have 30,000 people on Twitter calling for the game's license to be dropped. And that's not that many people if you really think about it. It's like 0.03% of people or something like that to the game, or to the rest of the player base.
The ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me.
So,
That's my bad.
you know,
Let's go back out there.
one of the bad things about the industry is, goodness, get that ball! You know, when the executives look at the numbers, this is going to be like a deep dive into like what really goes on in the industry, guys. Like I said, I work in the industry, so I know a lot of the stuff. But like, executives care about numbers. Okay, so when executives are seeing sales, you know, remaining the same or exceeding year after year, they're not going to push for any changes, and they're not going to approve any changes, right? So 30,000 people talking on Twitter about dropping the license is barely a drop in the bucket when it really comes down to it, because they're still making tons of money, especially on Ultimate Team. I mean, I saw somebody last week. The game was in early access or EA access trial, right, for the weekend. And then 3-day early access if you pre-ordered the MVP edition. And it was like a day into the MVP edition, so maybe 4 days total if they had EA access. Ooh! And they already had every best card in Ultimate Team out that you had to just buy packs to get. That is insane in my opinion. But unfortunately, there's people that will drop that kind of money. And those are the people that are going to get this game to continue being made the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. These people are enjoying the game. They're doing what the system is telling you to do, right? That's how you get the best cards. That's how you play online. You need the best cards to... I mean, you don't need them, but having them helps you win. So EA is seeing the numbers, or at least the executives over there at EA. They're seeing the numbers, right? They're good. Sales are up. Right? Sales are going up or staying the same. They're not going down. People are buying the game. I bought the game. I told myself I wasn't going to buy this game. I told myself I wouldn't do it. But I really wanted to make this series. This is my first franchise series. I really wanted to make it, so I bought it so I can make it for you guys. But I didn't want to. After last year, I didn't want to do it. I played a lot of Ultimate Team. I try to spend as little money on it as possible, but I still buy packs from time to time. But last year, with the solo challenges and the card packs that came out and the events, it was just so demotivating and like made me not want to get the game, especially seeing that there wasn't going to be anything exceptionally new added to it. And so like Face of the franchise, it's cool, right? And I play FIFA too, and I really like FIFA's Face of the franchise. I like that. It's like a true story mode. It's not too... Oh my god. Dude, A was wide open. I panic pressed Y. A was wide open all the way up the field. It's like I play Face of the franchise in FIFA, and that story mode's actually decent. I like it. And I've played the last, like 2 or 3 here in Madden. I'm a huge, like, my career guy. Like, when I play 2K, like, that's my go-to. I don't play Park. I'll play it occasionally just to, like, you know, see what's going on in the park. But when I play 2K, I'm strictly playing for the career and franchise, or my GM. So I love like career modes. It's not a career mode. It is franchise mode where you play as I don't even think you play as just the player, because not to spoil anything, but there are instances in the face of the franchise mode for this game where you are controlling a completely different player than your guy. And so you're not even really locked onto him, at least if you pick certain positions. So you could be a wide receiver, you could be a halfback, you could be a quarterback in this face of the franchise mode. It's the first time you can do that is this year. And if you play anything other than quarterback, you're not obviously going to be locked to them. You're still going to play quarterback. So it's just franchise mode with a created player in it, and you can just do that outright. And the only thing different is that you get some cutscenes in between things. That's it. And like, unfortunately, and this is something I really wish like a sports game could capture, none of the decisions you make change the story. Like, it's just on rails. And it's not like a bad story. It's kind of cringy. But I think for this one, and so I'm not going to spoil the story. I'm not going to go into that. I don't really want to do that to you guys. But I thought it was going to go a different way than it did. Especially with like who the cover athlete is for this year and everything. But it didn't do that for me. So basically, like, looking at Madden 21, what's actually new? The running system. They made the left trigger button a celebration. That's pretty much it. The graphics look the same. Again, I don't know if next gen got way more attention, and that's why we're not seeing a huge leap. But right now, just off of the current gen version, I agree with the hashtag. That's basically what it comes down to. Maybe you guys feel differently. If you're watching these videos, I doubt you do. Damn. If you're watching this, Madden videos on YouTube, I doubt you don't. I'm pretty sure you agree with the hashtag as well. But if you don't, leave a comment and tell me why. Why do you think EA excels year after year? And I'm not totally hating on EA. I'm not hating on EA. I'm not hating on Madden. Again, I love Madden. I don't even dislike EA. I like EA. I mean, they have their controversies, of course, right? But I don't think they're the evil empire of video games like everyone says. I think there are other publishers and developers out there that are a little bit more greedy. And we can go in that some other time, but I don't think EA is doing anything on. Wow, nice coverage, guys. Anything on purpose. I just think they got complacent. God. And should call a timeout right there. Bring them a blitz. They're tearing me up. I think they just got complacent and not necessarily lazy, but they just kind of accepted that what they were putting out was good enough. So let's talk about what they should add. This is my personal wish list. We're halfway through the game now. I hope this dialogue isn't distracting. This is kind of what I wanted to do, is just talk games. So this is what I think would make a great Madden game, just in my opinion. We'll start with like a My Career mode, because that's what I like playing.
They'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is.
I don't want to say just outright copy 2K's My Career structure. Let's see if we can get a playoff here, at least as far down as we can, and throw a Hail Mary. It'll probably be a pick, but give it a shot. But I wouldn't mind seeing a game, My Career mode, that had choices, impactful choices,
screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe.
Damn, I got hit while I threw that. They have impactful choices that carry forward, right? And that would include, you know, you can include the high school and the college. I don't need the high school. I really don't. I don't ever understand why. Maybe like one high school game, but picking your college, that's cool. Let's just listen to the presentation for the time being here. We'll get back to this.
We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Where was the home team who were able to hold serve
Steelers,
and get a victory
2-0
in their stadium? 23-17,
Big Ben back.
the final score.
Big Ben, look at that, 313.
From there, let's head off and check out a second game.
All right, Kyler
and
Murray's
you can see they
a
are
stud.
out in front in that
Yep,
one.
that's
Kyler
going to be
Murray
an easy
throwing
game.
the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes.
I like how they have Darius Juice still in
Finally,
there.
let's
You know, I
get down to
updated the
Houston.
rosters, but I guess
Check
they
on
didn't
the
release
Texans
them.
at home at NRG Stadium, and they are in a tight one all time.
That's a
with the
good
visiting
game.
Ravens.
Wish we could watch these games.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon
They're
Godden
not doing too
and
bad on
Charles
all man.
Davis.
I knew the other one was way too easy. This one at least feels a little bit more realistic. Yeah, so, okay. So we go back into, like, the my career mode of what I would like to see. So, impactful choices. So let's start out in the beginning, right? Maybe like a high school game. 1 or 2 high school games, maybe national championship or something. I don't think you need to focus a whole season in high school. I don't need to play 5 games of high school football. But if you guys do, then you know what? So be it. That's fine. Personally, I think college is more important. So I would like to be able to pick my team. You can do that in this My Career, in the Face of the Franchise mode. You can do that. You get to pick which college you go to. I think it's like a list of like 15 or 10 or 15. It's not that many, but it's enough. There's a lot of big schools in it. USC, Florida, Clemson, Texas. So there's some good teams. Oregon, some good teams. So yeah, start out 1, maybe 2 high school games, and then pick your college. And then you could do like a college, not necessarily a season, maybe a shortened version of the season, like cutscenes thrown in there. But make it so it matters. You're playing towards your draft, right? And don't give us a choice to... Okay, you can give us a choice to pick our team. That's fine. But don't... In this game, if you do make it to the draft, you have a choice of either... And it's set up in a press conference, right? They ask you, where do you want to go? And you can choose your team. You can just outright choose whatever team you want your guy to go to. Or you can choose random and let fate decide. I chose that. I would like to see them copy 2K and let the couple games you play in college, however many that is, dictate your draft value. Because there is a draft value rising thing in this game, but I don't think it does anything. Or at least it doesn't tell you that it does anything. So I would like your performance to dictate your draft level. Alright? And I would like to actually see the draft. I don't want just a cutscene of them calling my name. I want to sit in the draft. That was a nice throw. And I want to watch, the picks go by. And I want to sweat it out. Did I get the top 10? Am I the top pick? Am I top 5? Am I going to go in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round? Did they invite me to the green room and I don't get picked? And then I go, undrafted and assigned to a team. Just make it so that your performance and your choices prior to that matter. And that includes like the Wonderlic test, which is something they had before. They had the Wonderlic test. Nice tackle. They had the Wonderlic test in a Madden before. You would take a small IQ test and it would decide like where you go. Team interviews, they had that last year. They didn't have that this year. They had that in 2K. Just little things like this with like dialogue choices that will decide if you go to that team or not. If you say the wrong things, you're probably not going to make that team. If they don't like your philosophy, if it doesn't mesh with their team philosophy, you're not going to make that team. So going into that, then you have the NFL. And then we continue with like the same kind of 2K structure. I know I said I didn't want to just copy and paste it. They really have such a solid.
Mahomes to throw once more.
Can we get some tackles, guys? Come on. Get some red zone defense here. I'm going to switch to man because, yeah, I might have GQB spy if he tries to get out of a man coverage. But 2K has such a good, like, base for their franchise, or for their micro modes. Oh, I tried to jump that. Unbelievable. I jumped right in front of that. Somehow that got in. Can we see a replay? Of course not. The coach is getting pissed. Call timeout. Here we go. Let's see this.
He led all tight ends last season with over 12 yards receiving.
Come on.
Fourth in the NFL.
That's ridiculous.
I think he's one of the
that would have been a pick in real life.
in the league for the tight end position.
So yeah, like once you get into the NFL, continue the story, still have cutscenes, still have decisions that are going to affect. Sack got right in there. They're going to affect your game and your team chemistry and all that. Endorsements would be awesome. We go back to like 06, Madden 06 or Madden 05. I think it was 06. You had like the movie deals, the commercials. You had to work towards it. Just make it feel like you are that player. Make it feel like a true career mode. Because right now, it doesn't. It feels like a franchise mode with cutscenes. And that's just not enough. And then going into the franchise, and this can be included in the My Career mode as well, let's bring back that weekly highlight show and the halftime show. You know, they had Boomer in 2K5. And he would show... It was always the coolest thing. I remember like playing it when I was younger. It would... oh, what a move. Stop him at the line. It would show highlights from the other games going on. So like this Bengals-Browns game, it's 23-20 right there, right? Let's say like Burrow threw like a huge 98-yard bomb. It would show those highlights. And I always found that to be so cool because it was such a dynamic, system in place to be able to A, recognize what is a cool play, and then B, to show that play during your game. And it made this franchise feel like it was a real thing. It was alive, right? It wasn't just a score on the screen. And then in 2K5, every week you would have top 10 plays. And that's an ESPN thing. But you can still do that. And they used to have like a live show in Madden after each week. And like before the Super Bowl, they would have a preview show and they would talk about... wow, look at it. I knew it was bound to happen. And great. Just
Clyde Edwards-Helaire with his first career NFL touchdown.
They would have these shows and they would you know, discuss like the season, like, oh, okay, this team's been doing this all season, da, da, da. In 2K5, they would have a weekly recap, so it would show the top 10 best plays of the week. And like, I would always strive to like do a cool play in my game in order to be included in the top 10 and try to get number 1. And it's this dynamic system in place that like can recognize these simulated plays and recognize which ones are better than the others, right? You would never get like some cheesy play. Like, they were all really cool plays. Like a one-handed catch by Moss or something. Great, torn labrum. But yeah, like include that in both my career and the franchise mode.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it.
Better
That's
team.
The good news. Plenty of time in this fourth quarter.
Better team creation for franchise modes, for relocations. The cities, there's enough cities. There's so many. I think there's enough. I like the choices that are available for the relocations. But the teams have been the same since like Madden 08 or 09. It's all the same logos. It's all the same team names. You gotta get new ones. Now you go back to like NCAA. That's weird. Hold on. Technical difficulties, guys. There we go. You go back to like NCAA. I think it was like NCAA 12 or 11. It's like one of the last ones. I don't remember how long ago NCAA stopped, but they had the ability to upload your team, right? You would go to the EA website, you would create your logo, similar to what like 2K does. You create your logo, to design your uniforms, all that, and you would upload that to the whatever you want to call it, the user store, I guess. I don't know. It's not really a store; it's not paying for anything, but the user library. And you could create whatever team you wanted with whatever logo you want. You could upload a picture of like Elmo, for Christ's sakes, or like, you know, whatever. It didn't matter. You could upload any logo you wanted, as long as it wasn't inappropriate, right? As long as it wasn't like a big dick or something. And then you could make your own team. They should bring that back for franchise. Yeah, I mean, these are simple like things that they've had before. That's what's so frustrating. These things have been in EA games before. They have done them before. They just removed them for whatever reason. And we know where the focus goes, right? They'll say it isn't, but it's all in Ultimate Team. That's where the money is, and I don't blame them. As long as we're putting money into Ultimate Team, they're going to keep focusing on it. That's just smart business. And I'm guilty. I told you, I buy packs. I don't go crazy, but I buy packs. But we can't let the other areas suffer because you want to make a buck. They're a business. They want to make a buck, for sure. But there's got to be some sense of, like, semblance of, like, appreciation for your fans, right? And I'm not saying they hate us. I'm not saying they're doing a lot of this. Oh, my God. Nefariously or on purpose, but make a game for us. Force Lamp, I'm gonna cut you after this game, bro. Just blew it. Got a minute 20. I gotta get up to the line there. All right, guys. Let's get focused. Oh my God, Herbert. Is it Tyrod Taylor time, guys? Is it Tyrod Taylor time?
Takes us from second to third down. It's now third down. Seventh play of this
drive
coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
All right. That's field goal range. That's field goal range, right?
27-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their
43 yards.
As the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
A 44-yard attempt.
Oh shit. Come on, baby. No double. All right, thank goodness. Let's go, guys. Woo! Agley doing work. Bag it up. Let's go. All right, we got to stop him here, though.
Right there to give him the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final.
They have no timeouts left, so that's good. I really wish they didn't have them there. I was hoping to be able to run the clock down. But yeah, I mean, leave a comment what you guys want to see in Madden. What's your wish list? And if you think EA should continue having a license, or if you think it should be left open and free to any publisher or developer to work with. Again, I think if you guys are watching Madden videos, your answer for that is going to be that it should be free and open for anybody to use. But I could be wrong, and if I am, I'm not asking you to explain yourself, but like, you know, leave a comment as to why you think it should stay with Madden. Yeah, let's go. And also, let me know if like you like this kind of discussion. Again, I'm kind of experimenting. This is my first franchise series. If you like the discussion about the games, where I like did last week, where I comment on the games, or on the game as it happens, or if you like this like free discussion, I can do both too. I mean, I just wanted to like, I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for a long time. If you're watching these videos, you're a gamer, or at least a fan of Madden. So I just want to have conversations, open up questions and stuff like that. And excuse me, was he not across the line of scrimmage there?
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Come on, guys.
This will be stopped about 2 yards.
You got to get the stop here.
8-yard gain, second and 2. Complete the tight end Kelsey.
It's field goal range. I don't have time though.
First down at the Chargers 34-yard line.
Got to get the stop, and that's it. That's game, baby. Let's go. 2 weeks, 2 wins. What a defensive stop at the end there. That's the one thing, if you watched last week, that I was saying, Chargers defense is going to win the games. And I played absolute garbage defense for the first 3 quarters of the game, but the 4th quarter I locked it down. Alright guys, so that is week 2 of the Chargers franchise. Come back next week for week 3. I'm going to release the video again next Monday, which is Labor Day. It's a holiday here in the States if you're not from the US. So you'll have a nice holiday video. If you guys aren't at work or school or whatever, you'll have something to do. So come back next week for week 3. Nobody got... Oh, wait, we did have one injury, huh? Let's check our injury report before I shut off the video. But Herbert, not bad, my dude. So Mahomes had a lower rating than Herbert. Is Herbert the next Mahomes? I don't think so. He didn't play too bad. This was a really strong defensive game for both teams. But we got the dub, 13-10 on a field goal at the end, 44-yarder by Bagley. So another exciting victory for the Los Angeles Chargers. But we did have an injury. We gotta take care of Derwin James. Derwin James actually got hurt today in real life. I think he might be out for the season, I think, if I remember correctly. Let's hope he comes back, because he's a really talented player. I'm going to upgrade him. I know he's under the 75 mark, but I kind of want to make my linebackers a little bit better. Alright, let's take a look at... Let's take a look at my injury report and see what happened. Here it is. It's a torn labrum, so I'm guessing a few... that's right, Hunter Henry got hurt last week as well. He was out for 5 weeks. We got 4 weeks and 5 weeks. Could be worse, guys. Could be worse. Alright, let's advance a week. We're doing pretty good. 2-0. It's a great start for this team. You know, I'll do this message while you guys are here. We're just going to slow him down because you can't neutralize McCaffrey at all. 1 or fewer rushing touchdowns. I will try to do that, but Christian's an absolute solid player. Alright, so next week, a little preview. We have the Panthers, who are 0-2 right now, but they do have the amazing running back of Christian McCaffrey. We have our first week of scouting, so that's going to be exciting. And then we have some contract negotiations that are ready to be discussed. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for stopping by for week 2 of the Chargers franchise. I hope you guys come back again next week for week 3. We're going to get into some scouting, which is my favorite thing is the off-season work, like scouting and free agency. So get into some scouting and some contract stuff. And then, of course, we'll play our week 3 game against the Carolina Panthers. Thanks again, guys, and don't forget to leave your comments. Hit that subscribe button if you guys want to get notifications of when I'm posting. Again, it's going to be every Monday, but I might post videos in between for other topics, so hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, go ahead and hit like. Leave a comment, you know, talking about what we talked about in the beginning of the video. If you guys think EA should keep the license, if it should go to somebody else, if it should just be open for anybody to use, as long as they have an agreement with the NFL. What you want to see in Madden, what would be the perfect Madden for you guys, go ahead and leave that comment. And I'll see you guys next week. Everyone have a great week, and thanks for stopping by. Bye.